stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America,
and to
to
the
the
republic
republic
for which
which
it stands,
stands,
one
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
All right, good evening, everyone. We will call to order the March 17th, 2020 Village of Massena Board of Trustees meeting. Call to order, Trustee Winston,
Present.
Trustee Carvel, Trustee DeShays. Here. And I am here. Mayor Courier will not be with us this evening. We give our condolences to his family. His father-in-law passed away. The family has services today, so he will be back in the office very soon. Before we get started, just a real quick update on the village COVID-19 response. You probably saw the press release that got sent out. Very fluid situation. We continue to meet. The clerk, the mayor, myself, and department heads met on Sunday. And then the clerk, myself, and the department heads met again yesterday afternoon. So as circumstances change, we will continue to send out press releases and notices. But we will adjust accordingly as the governor and the state and federal agencies suggest new changes. We will move accordingly. First order of business, approved meeting minutes for June 18th and July 2nd, 2019.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I noted before the meeting started, I had asked the department heads not to be here, simply to stay within CDC guidelines of 10 people or less. It looks like we did a good job. So we do have a treasurer's report. I can attempt to answer any questions if you have any that are urgent. There were no action items, so anyone have any comment on the treasurer's report? The treasurer and the mayor continue to work on the budget. We'll do the budget session reminders a little bit later, but the treasurer's report was pretty standard. Nothing seemed out of the norm to me on it. Hearing none. Committee reports, code enforcement, myself and trustee Carvel.
Nothing at this time.
I don't have anything. Economic Development Committee, myself and trustee Winston.
I attended the BDC meeting in February, so they have a couple of updates. They're working on adjusting the committee structure to meet the new requirements of the ADO. There is progress on the theater. They're almost done with the abatement. They're waiting on the new disbursement. And they are developing a fund to provide assistance for startup businesses.
Nice. Their meeting will be canceled for Thursday, or I should say postponed. They will announce a new date once they have a teleconference ability enabled. If anyone's not aware, the governor's, one of his executive orders allows for teleconferencing option to satisfy local meeting laws, open meeting laws. So we will keep you updated if we know a new meeting date for them. Fire Committee, myself and trustee Carvel.
State Fire was here this past week. It was more informative than anything else. Just tell them that they're there. They're ready to assist in anything that's needed as far as training or anything else. So it was a good meeting with State Fire. Once again, they're the coronavirus. They're involved with that, and they're taking the precautions or whatever that they need for that.
Great. Personnel Committee, trustee Winston, trustee DeShays.
Nothing report.
Police Committee, trustee Carvo, trustee DeShays.
Talked with the policeman, the police chief. We'll be getting an announcement shortly. That may be a surprise to some, but I'll leave it at that.
Gotcha. Recreation Commission, trustee Carvo, trustee DeShays.
I have nothing to report.
Street Committee, myself and trustee Winston. Water and Sewer Committee, myself and trustee Winston.
Crews are busy patching roadways and sweeping, and also the DPW will be making provisions to deal with the coronavirus by limiting the size of the crews working together.
The mayor will be meeting with them tomorrow. It may change even more so from what may have been discussed with you. We have some ideas floating around on how to limit exposure, so rather than get into them now, I'll wait till the specifics are hammered out. tomorrow.
Okay.
Initial public comment period. If you'd like to make a public comment, please stand and state your name. Seeing none, we'll move on. Old business, we have none. New business, A, proposed resolution, holding harmless St. Lawrence County, providing services to the village in 2020. This is a fairly standard resolution that we've done in the past. They do work for us sometimes we do work for them. These agreements tend to be pretty standard, hold harmless agreements.
So moved.
Motion by trustee Carville, seconded by trustee Winston. It's a resolution, poll individually, trustee Winston,
Aye.
trustee Carville. Aye. Trustee DeShays.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. B, authorize agreement with Barton and Logitis for professional planning services related to the local waterfront revitalization program. You may recall, this is a grant we received a while back. One thing I want to point out, and then I'll have a suggestion. The grant, when it was written, estimated the cost of this to be at $50,000, and it was a 50-50 match from what I read, so it would have been 25-25. As you can see, the proposal we have in front of us is substantially more than that. I would like to see a motion to table this until we get further clarification on if the grant amount would be increased because the cost was increased, or if we would be responsible for higher than the 50%. It just seems a bit high for us to take quick action tonight, and there's no urgent need, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would make a motion to table, till at least till next month.
Motion by trustee Carville,
Second.
seconded by trustee DeShays. It's a motion to table, so it's just all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. So
Second.
tabled.
3,
Myself too,
okay, I just didn't hear you.
sorry.
That's okay.
C, proposed resolution, notice of determination of non-significance pursuant to seeker, SEQRA, at proposed Old Mill site. As you know, we are working with the private developer who received a grant for this. The seeker requirements are pretty standard for these type of projects. Our grant firm, Strategic Development, advised us that this was appropriate for us to pass to keep the grant moving forward. No real significance to us that I see.
So moved.
Motion by Carville,
Second.
seconded by trustee DeShays. It's a resolution. Trustee Winston,
Aye.
trustee Carville,
Aye.
trustee DeShays.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. D, award RFP for mowing of properties cited by Code Enforcement Office for tall grass. We look to award the bid to Northrop's Hilltop Nursery and Landscaping.
So moved.
Motion by trustee Carville,
Second.
seconded by trustee DeShays. It's also, or no, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass. E, we have a retirement, Timothy Kern, senior motor equipment mechanic, mechanic foreman.
So moved, and I'd like to thank Mr. Kern for his years of service to the village. He was a very good, positive asset for the village over the years.
Absolutely.
Second.
Motion by trustee Carville, seconded by trustee DeShays. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, it's always good to see a retirement and congratulate someone on hitting that milestone, so good for him. Voucher warrants.
I move that the voucher signed by trustee Carville and Mayor Courier be approved. And acting mayor, Mr. Bobby
And
Harris,
yourself. And yourself.
and myself.
So move.
A lot of signatures
I
there.
have a motion, do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Monthly reports, Massena Volunteer Fire Department and Massena Permanent Firefighters, you had those reports. Communication and correspondence, a couple of things. Let me get my cheat sheet here real quick. So I'm gonna go in reverse order. Massena Country Club, I can't speak for you guys. I received a few calls regarding the news about the resolution that the town had passed regarding the country club and the possible partnership between the town, village, Louisville, and the country club. There seemed to be some confusion and thought that we had passed a resolution as well. So I just wanted to state that we hadn't passed that resolution. That business has not been taken up at this meeting. That's not indicative of support or lack thereof. I just wanted to put the clarification out there that we have not passed that resolution. Massena Fire, on March 2nd, 1900, the Massena Volunteer Fire Department was organized by a group of men wanting to serve and protect the community. That makes this 120 years, this past March 2nd, that Massena Fire has been in existence. It is hard to overstate the value that that group adds. So just wanted to acknowledge their 120th and thank them all for what they do in combination with our professional fire crew. It's a pretty dynamic team, so we're ecstatic to have them going strong still. Any other communications or correspondence? Closing public comment period. If anyone has a closing public comment, please stand and state your name. Questions from the press? Before adjournment, I do want to make a note that there is a special meeting currently scheduled for March 31st at 5:30 for the mayor's fiscal year 2021 tentative budget hearing and work sessions. Then there are work sessions to follow on April 2nd, 7th, and 8th. Full disclosure, with the rapidly changing COVID-19 guidance, we are looking at alternatives should they be needed. So there may be a tele or video conferencing aspect put into play there, and depending on what the guidance is for that time. We want to make sure public can have input, and with the guidance of 10 or less, it makes it hard, especially for something of that interest. So there may be further announcements coming out about the dates and or the setup of those meetings. Trustees, we do need a brief executive session regarding collective bargaining negotiations pursuant to the Taylor Law. Would entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by trustee Carlo, seconded by trustee DeShays. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you, folks, for coming out. How'd we do? We started a minute late, so.